Hello there. Welcome on into another episode of the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. I want to start off today's episode by saying I am really sorry about dropping the ball entirely last week when it comes to the very first live stream that I promised on Monday, amongst other things. August 16th became one of the craziest days of my life for numerous reasons that I don't want to get into at the time because they are too personal and private at the moment. But I'm going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. At some point or another, we will all be okay. I don't have anything prepared for today. Quite frankly, I decided to reschedule the very first live stream on Twitch for tonight. This Monday instead of last Monday. And I'm still going to go ahead and go through with that. Only because I cannot handle another week of me not doing what I said I would do for at least myself. I have plans in the works always. That's kind of the sole thing that I have when I don't have anything at all, but is plans. But then at the same time, like, my mind is really, really fighting me on any and all of that. So beyond the apology from last week and the future apology for any episodes that I might miss, just know that life is crazy and we sometimes take our freedoms, amongst other things and whatnot, for granted. And I am not in the emotional or mental space to really be recording. But at the same time, it is a have to, a want to. I don't know where to really go with all of that, but there are some things in the works. New future guests are coming up. I have a couple of ideas for those episodes as well. And I am probably in the market for an additional co-host who would like to hop on an episode at least once or twice a week. So if you are interested in being a weekly co-host, just to have a break from listening to myself, and then also, if I don't have any guests scheduled for that week, that would be great. That would be fantastic. And honestly, kind of give me a little bit of faith in doing more episodes with this podcast. I'm still going to. It's still a goal. And with the events that happened on the 16th up until leading today, it's like both reaffirmed what I'm doing and why, as far as like community building and connection bridging and communication and coexistence and just the time values: teach, inspire, motivate, entertain, and all of the other stuff that I do here under the Digital Quill umbrella. Excuse me, microphone. But why? That's weird. That was just weird. I looked down and it's shaking a little bit. Was someone coming up the stairs? Jeez. Okay. 4 minutes, and I want to make this at least 15 minutes. So I guess we could talk about the live stream. Next week, I'm probably going to start live streaming the podcast onto YouTube. I need to figure out how to do that. I recorded a private video for my TikTok. I was thinking of posting it, but realized that I hated literally everything about it, so I didn't post it. I just put it into my privates. And that sounds suggestive. I did not put it into my privates. I put damn. I put it into my private section under the private videos that you... No. Nope. I ruined it. Yep, I ruined that. I do enjoy what I do. But life gets in the way sometimes. Mental overload, trauma. A quote I'm used to using, and something that I still find very true, and it can be taken both negatively and positively, as I think most things can, actually. Life happens as you're making plans to live it. I wonder, what is your takeaway on that? What do you think about when you hear the words, life happens as you make plans to live it? What did you guys think about the quotes from a couple weeks ago? The curiosity killed the cat, but the satisfaction brought it back, or damn it, what was that? Going to the internet now. Here, might as well switch the switch that up so you can see what I'm doing here. Do you like my new background? I found that for free on the internet. And here, actually, let's see. It's literally, I labeled it as Matrix, but yeah, that's what it looks like. So that's cool. Matrix. I mean, it's kind of Matrix-y in a way. Hold on. Check that out. Yeah, it's kind of Matrix-y in a way. It's not as binary as it could be, or code-ish. It isn't the kanji, or is it kanji? I don't know. I'm culturally inept, okay? I'm culturally inept. Let's look up the Master of Trades. The full quote reads, "A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one." That, I tried to say that at a party the other day, and I butchered the absolute hell out of that. Oops. Oops, indeed. Oh well, let's see. Let's try to memorize it now, actually. And hold on, before we get to that part. Yeah, here we go. Jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. A jack of all trades is a master of none, oftentimes better than a master of one. A jack of all trades is a master of none. Ah! Okay. It's even right in front of me, and I butchered it. I hope that was entertaining. I'm probably going to quote that or clip that later. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. I will remember that, I promise. I mean, I did eventually remember the curiosity killed the cat, but the satisfaction brought it back, which was a lot easier to remember after... Oh, I now understand another facet of teaching other people and how that helps yourself. I mean, I kind of already had a grasp of that because I love teaching other people and I love being taught, because it's like a weird, like, symbiotic relationship of like, you teach me, I teach you, like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. What is the AI overview understanding? Jack of all trades. The initial part of the phrase suggests that a person who dabbles in many different skills or subjects might lack might lack deep experience in any single area. This crucial, often admitted, ending reveals that being a jack of all trades can actually be a strength. The person's diverse skills make them adaptable, versatile, and more valuable in certain situations than someone with one highly specialized skill. INTP. Why is that a Reddit thing? Let's see. I guess we just discovered a new Reddit place, guys. Eh. What are your guys' thoughts on Reddit? Do you enjoy Reddit? I would argue after I started using Reddit actively, right? I noticed I got funnier. Like, after reading a lot of jokes and trolls and stuff, I became funnier. Like, to myself mostly, but I started noticing, I was like, there's a lot of funny people on Reddit. Like, actually funny, not like bullying or troll funny, but like actually troll funny. There's like a fine line between being a bad troll and a good troll, in my opinion, and I feel like most people probably have different varying opinions on that. But some of the places I've found on Reddit have been scary. Others have been enlightening. And after like 2 or 3 months of only like reading through Reddit and like trying to be funny, I definitely increased my humor skills. So I used to play The Sims a lot, and this is like one of the reasons why I consider myself like a Renaissance Sim, because that's like an attribution or something you can actually pick in The Sims, where you pretty much are master of none but a tradesman of all. And I think of a lot of things in like stats, or like the little leveling up bar that The Sims have, like for different skills or stuff. I am not the funniest person alive. I would actually argue that most jokes go way over my head. It is weird. But Reddit made me funnier, to myself at least, and I will take that. Why? Because I didn't really think I was very funny at all. I thought I was boring, kind of, in a way. I mean, not like boring, so like if we're thinking only in the category of funny and like amusing, like comedic, it is really hard to explain without taking you back in time to when I first started using Reddit. Like, mostly for like that like 60-day span where I was like primarily on Reddit. Twitter X started making me question social media a lot more. Like, especially when it got acquired by a rich person who has the money to do a lot of neat things and just doesn't, because that's what rich people do. Different topic for a different day. Or we could talk about it right now, but it's already at 13 minutes, and even though I somehow went from being able to speak about absolutely butt kiss to a little bit of something, I'm struggling today, if you can't tell. I'm sorry if this episode sucks. I don't want to say that all of them suck, minus the guest ones, but that is where my head is at right now. It is a real struggle right now to be inside my brain. I've tried distracting myself. I can't do that. I really hope I can actually get through at least half an hour of freaking Minecraft tonight, because as soon as I upload this episode, which it's 1 o'clock now, I should probably do that soon. Yeah. Tomorrow's episode will be better. if I even record tomorrow, I might actually have prior commitments I need to go take care of. Life is crazy. Life is just absolutely crazy. And now that we are at the 15-minute marker and I feel comfortable getting to an end on this episode, here's what we're going to do right before we hit stop recording. Few things. First, to reiterate, just for myself and maybe for you, why I do this and why I'm recording, even though it's really, really, really hard right now. I believe in people, almost to a fault. I have been through so much therapy and so much life in just a short amount of time. I had to grow up really, 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 really fast, really young. I studied a lot of theology, a lot of philosophy, and I'm still going to continue to study those things as long as I live because they're actually an important facet to being human, and also it's something to give some kind of hope, some kind of meaning to the tragedy that is sometimes being alive. So, even though I am fighting the ever-living crap out of myself right now when it comes to even hitting record, not doing what I want to do would go against my values of building connections, creating communities, bridging communities. Learning how to communicate better myself, and trying to right the wrongs of the world. I know I'm not going to be able to solve everything and fix everything. I am aware of that. It sucks, but I am aware of that because I would literally like to push a giant red button and everything just be fixed and we live in a damn near almost utopia or utopian society. But no, that would be too easy. As the storyteller says, I wish you didn't relate so much. As I said earlier in this episode 2, the last week of events has literally both reaffirmed my belief in community and connection and communication and coexistence and all the other things X, Y, and Z that I talk about and care about and do and think and feel and want and wish for and hope for and stuff. But it's also the events themselves, because of the emotional human part of the brain, the part that has to use rationale and logic and other stuff, it's also taken a match to those very thoughts and ideals in a way. And it's not to say that my ideas and thoughts before the events are any less valid. It's complicated. It's a different form of imposter syndrome in a way. And actually, speaking of imposter syndrome and the last poem I read out loud, we're going to go back to here. And before I hop into the live stream part thing tonight, which I'm going to have to upload this episode fucking fast, because I'm going to be streaming at 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 or 6 tonight, and then for about an hour or so, Minecraft map. Okay, anyway, sorry, mentally planning my stuff out loud. Here is the Unsealed. You guys have heard me talk about it. I don't need to give you an introduction. That's great. I love 47 so much. There are 2 new challenges. The first challenge is Dear Dream That Scares Me. Before I get into these, I haven't really read the rules or conditions or even began to think about how I'm going to do these entries and challenges. Actually, when I was about to record and I was recording that stupid little TikTok, trying to get myself into a different headspace so I could absolutely be able to record today instead of whatever the heck I am not doing. I need to go for a walk or something to clear my head. It's so fucking hot out though, so wish I had my truck still. But I haven't looked at these yet. I actually wanted to overview them with you, and before we end today and talk about the Minecraft thing, we're gonna review these. So now we're going past the 15 minutes that I wanted to do. That's fine. It's fine. Maybe it'll help me set the precedent for this week, and I will be able to actually get back into the groove of things despite so much. Dear dream that scares me. So let's go over the rules and everything, and hopefully you will be interested in writing your own even if you don't become a member of the Unsealed. Write a letter to a dream that scares you. Sometimes the goals that mean the most are also the ones that intimidate us the most. Write a letter to a dream that feels overwhelming, risky, or even impossible. Share the fear it brings up, the doubt it stirs, and the reasons you still hold on to it. Let your words explore the tension between fear and hope, and the courage it takes to chase something that truly matters. Immediate dream that I wrote about, or not wrote about, but when I read this title, was the book that I'm writing. And I had a chance opportunity to talk about it with a group of people, other writers, which I love being in a room with other writers. It's awesome. But I didn't really talk about the contents of the book, and I've been thinking about that, actually. And I'm like, why didn't I mention that it was about Nicole's story? Because I've mentioned it here before. Like, why did I only leave it at it's a truth turned fiction? And then, well, side tangenting, it hit me that I don't know how to talk about the contents of the story of the book without talking about the trauma of what created the contents of the story of the book. Because I have such a personal connection to the story itself, even if it is fictionalized from truth. So it's kind of like, maybe this dream scares me? I don't know, but I think there's a different one I'm going to end up having to tackle. What is a dream that scares you? What would you write about if you were in my position? What intimidates you the most when it comes to what you dream about? What are you not letting yourself chase because you're afraid? Moving on to the second poem, letter thing. Excuse me. Write a letter or poem to the chapter that you are closing. That's a wonderful chance opportunity for that one to be happening. Anyway, write a letter or poem to the chapter you are closing. Every ending carries both weight and wisdom. For this challenge, write a letter or poem to the chapter of your life that you are closing. Maybe you're leaving behind a job or letting go of a version of yourself that no longer has a place in your life. Share what that chapter taught you and how it inspires you for what's to come. This one's due October 1st. So I'm definitely going to have something probably maybe for that. This one's due a day after my birthday, September 17th. Yay. Yay. Write a letter to a dream that scares you. Am I afraid of something? Am I afraid of a dream I have? Is it going to be simple, or is it going to be so elaborate that, Let's go back and discuss, actually, that second one. Write a letter or poem to the chapter you are closing. I see. Okay. Yeah. I see. Write a letter or a poem to the dream or the chapter you are closing. I guess when you think of life like books, when you think of life like different chapters, like you can probably maybe have multiple chapters in like one story, right? Like the part you're in right now is part 2 of 25. I don't know. Ooh. Oh no. I just gave myself a mental autobiography project that is very similar and reminiscent to the one that I did in my senior year of high school, which, ooh. That's way too personal. I don't know if I want to share all that, given even with everything I've already shared here. Well, we might have to dive into that project, and sometimes I wonder if I actually do have dreams. I mean, being a writer is a dream, being a published author, but like at the same time, therapy will be fun. Therapy will be so fun. I have so many things to figure out. Still, even still. 26 minutes. Okay. Now that I'm slowly de-thawing, nope, nothing yet. Now that I'm slowly de-thawing, we can talk about tonight's live stream. So tonight I will be live streaming on Twitch, probably around 5 or 6 p.m. Arizona time, which would be Mountain Standard. We do not recognize daylight savings time for some reason. Minecraft. As I said last week, I don't know when I was talking about it, but I will be... Maybe it wasn't last week. Did I take a week off on accident? On purpose? On both? Oh no. But anyway, Minecraft tonight. So it's Monday, Minecraft Monday. It will only be Minecraft that I'm live streaming on Twitch tonight. We will be opening up a brand new map. It will not be the one that I used on the episode where I introduced gaming and my Switch. Which, by the way, I need to do an episode maybe tomorrow? I'm kind of glad I recorded. I have, in this 20 minutes, a new zest for being able to actually maybe potentially get through this week somehow. Thank God. Thank fucking God. Holy crap. Okay, I can do this. I've got this. Holy shit, I've got this. I can do it. I just gotta keep telling myself that. I can do it. I have to show you the new Minecraft map. The one that we kind of started as part of the recorded live streams. Recorded live... Whatever. Whatever. Part of the podcast. The podcast map versus the streaming map. Actually, it's not a bad thing, because that would mean I am effectively working on 3 different Minecraft maps. The Realm server I'm on with the roommate, my own for the recorded, and then my own that's going to be the community map for the digital Quill. Yes! Yes. Okay. Everything is shitty. It kind of sucks right now. But at the end of the suck, I will be fine. You have to have suck in order to have success. I think that is a quote I read somewhere. So, okay, yep. I've got this. I'll be fine. Minecraft today. I will see you guys for Minecraft today. It will be the very first start of the very first The Digital Quill community map or game. If anyone hops in on the live, I'm going to share the code with you so you can hop in. Or actually, I don't know how friends work. I think we actually need to be friends on Minecraft, which if that's the case, look up the Wolf Mars 12. I think that is my username, the Wolf Mars 12. So THEMARSWOLF12. OLFWOLF. Why did spelling the word wolf out loud feel weird? WOLF. WOL. It occurs to me I don't do a lot of spelling out loud. I should, because words sound weird. Really weird when you spell them out loud. WOLF. Wolf. THE. Interesting. I don't like English. I don't like grammar. All of it has rules and then it doesn't. You mean to tell me what exactly? Oh yeah, everything's arbitrary. It's fine. I mean, you don't really need the Oxford comma there, but it helps. Or the ellipsis. Oh, by the way, never use a double ellipsis, but then sometimes you can use a double... What? This is why I love freeform poetry. And why I wrote mostly freeform poetry, even though I did write some limericks and other stuff. Freeform poetry. Fuck the rules. Apparently I have a problem with authority. Which is fine, I guess. Another arbitrary concept, perchance. But with that being said, it is now 32 minutes into the podcast. This is the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. Thank you guys for tuning into this roller coaster of in 30 minutes. I hope you stuck around to the end because I actually do feel a little bit better. I had a weird feeling that if I recorded just long enough, I would start to feel a little better. Yes and no. If you're human, you understand. If you're a bot, you're probably not gonna get it. But, yeah. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. Hopefully I was able to teach, inspire, motivate, or entertain you. Thank you for traveling, investigating, meat and making, and experiencing and exploring with me, because those are just some of the very many facets of the human condition that we all experience on a daily basis. Thank you for coming to my show, The Humans of Earth. I appreciate you. I am glad and thankful that you exist and you are human, and I will see you next time. In literally less than, 7 hours. I will see you in 7 hours live for the very first time, except on Twitch. It's not going to be live for the very first time. I have been live before. The first live I ever did was actually Facebook back in 2018. Oh my god. Can I just go live in a cave and stop being a human being? That'd be fun for a little bit. New perspective, some writing material, I'm sure. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud to myself. I probably shouldn't have been like, oh, living in a cave will give you new writing material because I'll be not a person for a little bit. I'll be a cave person. I shouldn't have said that out loud to myself. I shouldn't have done that because I'll see you guys back in society in 3.5 years. Goodbye. I have a compass and a really big knife. I could live in the woods. I could do it. I don't know how long, but I could do it. That would mean no more podcast recordings, though, or book writing, or hot chips, which is fine. I probably don't need to eat another bag of hot chips ever again. I'm really weighing the pros and cons out loud, if you can't tell. But then there's no drama. And the trauma I'd faced in my life would almost be negligent in a way, sort of? Or would it show up in new ways? Would it be the reset that I need if I left society for a little bit and then came back? There's some books about that one, I'm sure. Then maybe if I think I'm stuck here for the time being, which is okay. Thank you for tuning into this episode today and listening to my random ramblings of nonsense. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. It is Monday, August 22nd, 21st, 25th. It's August Monday 25th. Whatever today is that you're listening to this podcast, that's when it is. Thank you again for tuning into this episode today. I hope you guys have a great week. Be safe, drink water, remember to breathe. Thank you for existing. And always, 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 always keep going, humans of Earth. I will see you next time. Bye.